Alright, YouTube. I have an Explorer frame here, a body there, and a Cummins here. And I want this 6-cylinder turbodiesel to go onto that frame. The only issue is that every time I tell people that's what I'm doing, they tell me that the frame's going to bend in half. So the subject of today's video is going to be, can this frame take that engine without bending? And as a little bit of a spoiler for next video, I also have a transfer case here. So this is a new addition. And what I'm waiting on for this transfer case is a new input shaft so I can actually put it in that transmission. But that is a story for next video. Alright, so the question is, will this frame bend when I put that Cummins in there? And if you take a look at the frame, you'll notice that it is boxed in the very front, but it turns into C-channel right about here. So my idea for stiffening up this frame to try and get it ready for the Cummins is just to box more of the frame. But the question is, how much boxing do I need to do in order to get this frame to be significantly strong enough? And what is strong enough? Well, my only point of comparison is really the Ram 2500 that I pulled out of this thing, so that's what I'm going to use to compare. So I'm going to compare the strength of this frame to the strength of the Ram 2500's frame. And what I want to see is, with that engine in there, how much bending do I get on the frame from the engine? The way I'm going to figure out how much boxing I need to do to this to make it as strong as the Ram frame is I'm going to use some computer-aided design, and I'm going to do some quick and dirty analysis on this frame in order to see how much boxing that it needs in order to be stiff enough for this application. And then hopefully at that point, I'll have a video to point to every time people try and tell me that the frame for this car will not be adequate for the Cummins engine. Now, if this is your first time on the channel and you're just hearing about this project, you heard me right. I am trying to put a 6BT Cummins into an Explorer. So if that's something that you would like to see, then please like and subscribe and stick around, and you'll get to see me trying to make that happen. Alright, so full disclosure, this is my second time doing this video. I recorded the whole video, edited most of it, and then realized that it was pretty boring because I kind of approached it in a format that would have been better for a lecture or a live stream or something like that. This is a YouTube video. You guys don't need to know exactly why I did everything I did. You guys are here for entertainment, not for me to teach you how to do solid modeling. So I am going to have a more results approach based recording at this time. So I'm going to show you what I found. I might overlay some sped up footage from the last video so that you can see some of the 3D modeling to see how I got here. But for the most part, I'm just going to show you my conclusions. If you have any questions about any way that I did any of this, I would be more than happy to answer it in the comments. I would be happy to upload some more content on this 3D modeling and everything if that's what people want to see. But for now, I'm just going to go through this quickly and tell you what I found. So this is my model of the Explorer frame. This is what it looks like in its stock configuration. It has about 18 inches worth of boxed frame there. And then this is the full length of C-channel going back to where the rear leaf springs mount onto the frame where it's supported. This bar here is basically meant to represent the engine crossmember, and when I'm doing the analysis on this, I will put my load on this bar in order to see how much bending I end up getting in this beam. So what I am trying to do here is put a torsional load on this beam and compare the stress that occurs in the beam compared on the stock Explorer frame compared to a beefed up Explorer frame compared to the stock Ram 2500 frame. So all I did was I came in, and I don't have a full simulation suite for SolidWorks, so I just use the Express back of the napkin version. This is just the quick and dirty. What I said was, let's assume that the end of this beam is fixed or cantilevered, and then let's put a 650 pound load here. That represents half the weight of the engine because it is only one frame rail, not two frame rails. And then let's go ahead and analyze this beam. And when I did so, you can see that it was saying that it would break in the center of the beam. And it gave me a safety factor of 0.446. This safety factor is the biggest number I want to look at when I do this. The safety factor is the allowable stress divided by the working stress. So what that means is that if we have a safety factor greater than 1, then our working stress is within the limits allowed by our allowable stress, meaning the beam will not break. If we have a safety factor less than 1, that means that the working stress is higher than the allowable stress and the beam will break. This is what the stresses in the beam look like. You can see here that these stresses are on the order of 7 times 10 to the 8th power. So that's what we're looking at for the stock beam. Now, if I come in and look instead at the full, so that's the stock Explorer beam. Next, we want to look at the Rams beam. So same setup, cantilever rear with a 650 pound force here. Same material selection and everything. And when I run this analysis, it gives me a safety factor of 1.26. So this one would not break. And if I look at the stresses in this beam, you can see that they're on the order of 70 megapascals to about 25 megapascals. So that's what it looks like, the Explorer compared to the Ram frame. Obviously, the stock Ram frame is a lot stronger than the stock Explorer frame. That's what we expected to see. Now let's take a look at the boxed Explorer frame. So I am going to run the exact same simulation on the boxed Explorer frame. Okay, you can see here, if I open up my stresses, 1, our safety factor is 3.9. Remember, for the Ram frame, it was 1.25. So this is implying that our safety factor is way higher with the fully boxed Explorer frame than the Ram frame, meaning that for this load, this torsional load on the member, the Explorer frame fully boxed would handle it way better than the Ram frame. So this tells me that it is possible for us to actually use boxing in order to make the Explorer frame much stronger than the Ram frame if we needed to. So that tells me that boxing is a viable option. Now, the only issue with boxing the whole thing is that it is reasonably impractical. It would actually be a lot easier for me to only box part of the frame. I must have removed the 3D model of it, but I also analyzed a frame that was partially boxed. And as you can see, leaving these holes in it, I still ended up with that 1.35 factor of safety, which is still tougher than the Rams frame. Likely it will be something like this. There'll be some gaps in the boxing for places like the fuel tank and places where members are going across. I'm not going to butt it all the way up against. The other advantage of me doing it that way is that I can also get in behind them if I wanted to run fuel lines through the frame, and even just for painting the frame in general. So being able to leave some gaps in the boxing actually is a pretty big advantage. That's what we're looking at. Is this will probably be the way I go, is something that looks like this. And now I at least have a good idea that it'll be at least as stiff as the Ram. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is it doesn't actually need to be as stiff as the Ram. The Ram is an 8,800 gross vehicle weight vehicle, and the Explorer is like 5,500. I'll be adding quite a lot of weight to it, so in the end, say worst case, it's 6,500 at that point, but it still is going to weigh a ton less than the Ram, literally. And not just that, but I'm also not going to be hooking a gooseneck trailer up to it, or I'm not going to be throwing a ton worth of weight in the bed or anything like that. So While my target right now has been the stiffness of the Ram frame, just for comparison purposes, I don't actually necessarily need to hit that target because I'm never going to be expecting out of this Explorer what anyone would have expected out of a Ram 2500 pickup. So it's just something to keep in mind. While it's a good comparison point, it's not exactly what I'm trying to hit because frankly, I just don't need to. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if the more theoretical videos are something that you're interested in. If it's something that you would like to see more of, or something that I should cut to as short as possible. Now the channel is called Build Theory, so when I'm doing these builds, I do want to incorporate a little bit of engineering into these builds. So let me know what you think the best way for me to do it is, whether this type of video worked well for it or not. And thank you for watching. And if you want to see me actually putting this build together, then go ahead and subscribe and stick around. Check out the rest of the videos in this playlist, and you can see me pulling the body off the Explorer, pulling the front end, pulling the engines. And thank you very much for watching.